Greetings everyone, my name is Erwin Demupada and I will explain and show you the sign up and register admin or admin registration. So let's begin with the sign. On this field, you need to fill all the fields asking username, email, password, and confirm password to register. And let's go the JavaScript. So here, as you can see, we created a sign up class that inherit the user or the parent. On the parent, as you can see, there have a properties and ensuring the both user and admin are in local storage. And it means like this. It have an admin and user without or empty array. So and getter setter methods save local storage to ensure that the data is updated and get from local storage to retrieve the data, the updated data. And find the and helper method to find user by email by going to the or retrieving the data from local storage. And also the add for admin and checking for the user if it exists and some validation credential. So let's go back to the sign up. And as you can see, here we start with the waiting to complete the content to be loaded before calling the installation element. Initialize elements. We retrieve the form and some error validations. And if the form is completed, we pass the event to the registered users and retrieve the data. And some validations to confirm if the user is in the local storage or not. And if not, it will register successfully. And let's proceed now for the admin registration. We have created the admin registration that inherits the users or the parent user. As you can see, it's all the same with the waiting to be loaded before calling the initialize element and retrieving the form and some validation for it. And these four waiting to be completed and to pass the event to the register admin. And for the register admin, as you can see, we have here retrieve the data and some validation. If the admin is in there, then you can create another admin that, with the same data. But if not, you will registration successfully and new instantation. So let's proceed. Let's see. Let's fill this up to see what's happening in the local storage with the password of customer 1, 2, 3. As I stated before, the array of the admin and user are empty, but when I've registered, it have now data can retrieve. So let's proceed for the admin sign up. So admin at gmail.com, admin123 for the password, and it says registration successfully because there is no admin in there or it's empty. Now let's proceed for the let's see the local storage. As you can see, now the data is transferred in the admins instead of user because admins and user are different. So that's all for the admin registration and customer registration.
Greetings, I'm Miel Kenneth Iligan and I will explain the login and administration login. So yung gagamitin po nating account is yung user, yung nasa user.js po na nakalagay sa local storage. So check po natin sa local storage. So first is yung user po. So ito po siya. Yung user po natin is customer and password is customer 123. So pagka login po natin na wala po siyang error or mali sa credentials ng user is diretso po agad tayo dun sa login page. So tatry naman po natin yung mga error handling. So if naglagay po tayo ng maling credential, kunyari po yung username is mali, customer 1, pero same din po yung password, customer 123. So mag-error po siya, lalabas po yung invalid username or password na alert. So, dito po siya nalabas. So, ito po, if user is not equals po dun sa nakalagay sa local storage natin. So, lalabas po siya. So, next po is login po ulit natin siya. So, pagka-login naman po natin, tapos tinignan po natin siya sa local storage is lalabas po yung is login is equals to true. Ibig sabihin po nun is yung user po is nakapag-login na po siya. So, pagka nilog out naman po natin, syempre, mawawala na po doon yung is login. O ganun lang po siya. Next is yung admin. So, same po dun sa customer or user. Kailan din po natin gamitin yung nakalagay sa local storage. So, kapag iba naman po yung nakalagay sa local storage, pag mali po yung nalagay natin na credential, is same din po mangyayari na mali yung lalabas. So, invalid admin username or password. Kasi yung nasa local storage natin is iba doon sa nilagin natin. So, try naman po natin ulit yung tama. So, yun. Pagka-login po natin, dediretso po tayo doon sa events para po sa admin. So, check din po natin sa local storage is lalabas din po yung is admin login true. So, gano'n lang po siya nagana. So, pag nilogout din po naman natin, mawawala na po siya. Yung is admin login. Yun lang po.
Greetings everyone, my name is Liam Morada and I'm explaining forgot password. When the user forgot their password, they enter the email they use to sign up na ito. As may account type dito na pwede mong ma-forgot, admin pati customer, pero customer muna tayo. Tapos, set ka ng new password nyo, gaya nito. Ang una kasi, customer 1, 2, 3. Nalagay natin. Tapos, let's same sa dun sa new password, tas set password, then okay. Pagka okay nun, pwede ka na mag-login. Yun yung new password dapat ilalagay nyo para ma-submit at makapunta ka sa homepage. Then, same siya dun sa admin. Yung email na nilagay nyo, tapos set ka ng new password pero pag iba siya, hindi siya gagana, do not match. Dapat match siya. Then, okay, tapos yan, tapos nung nireset mo, tapos yan, nasa loob ka ng admin. Tapos, code naman tayo. Dito naman, when the user submit the form, the event prevent default stop the default action so we can validate input before sending them. Tapos, we retrieve the new password, confirm password, and check if both password match before process. Yan, ito, sa debugging. Tapos, ito, nag-retrieve ng user pati ng admin from the local storage. Yan. Tapos, ito naman yung sa email ng alert. This email is associated with both user and admin. Tapos, pwede mag-contact. Tapos, ito naman yung user fund or reset, ito yung nag-reset ng password. Tapos, ito yung sa login page. Tapos, ito naman sa admin na reset password. Then, that's all. Thanks.
So, what I'm gonna explain naman po now is the profile and profile dropdown. So, here naman po is just a simple editing po of the username and the email. Kung ayaw naman po natin siyang edit, pwede po natin siyang i-cancel, and in this case naman po, we'll demonstrate that we can edit po the details and click po save, and after saving it po, it will also po change the details po here in the profile dropdown. And the user naman po can access to the profile, the history of bookings. In this case po, wala po tayong binook na event. So, and the navigation po of the user is just the events po. Wala po siyang event approval that we will see po in the admin. So, we'll just click po the logout. So, kapag ginamit naman po natin yung account kanina, ayan, then, ayan, valid username naman po ang lalabas. Pero kapag yung domain na po ulit ang ginamit natin, it displays naman po the login successfully. Okay, logout naman po that, and I will demonstrate naman po for the admin. So, here naman po, we log in as admin, and as you can see po, the event approval naman po is now available na. Ayan. And it indicates po that the one who logs in po is the admin, and it can just access po the profile. So here naman po, change naman po natin yung to admin Lobete. So let's just check muna po in the local storage kung admin Ryan po yung nakalagay. So in this case naman po, ayan, the local storage po indicates that the user po is admin Ryan, password po is admin 123, and the username po is admin Ryan. And ayan po, just change it po to admin Lobete, and then save. Ayan po, admin Lobete na yung nakalagay. And kapag check naman po natin siya sa developer tools, local storage, admins, ayan po, ang nakalagay na po dito is admin Lobete, and admin Lobete at gmail.com. So how does it work po? Here po is just the simple initializations lang po of the variables, and here naman po for the function, this naman po that hides po the history po for the admin, since the admin po can book a event. And this one naman po is just checks po if the admin is logged in, and it will generate po or show po the admin event approval. So yun naman po sa baba, it will just remove po the event approval link if yung admin po is not logged in. And then kapag ano naman po, pag for the payments naman po and etc., it will just redirect po the admin to the login.html po para sign up po siya. Pwede nyo rin pong gamitin yung account niya to sign up and login po to buy a ticket. And here naman po is just the actions po for the profile drop down, as you can see po here, ito po, ayan. And here naman po sa logout function, it just forces logouts po the user. Ang mangyayari po dito is matatanggal po sa local storage yung nakalogin. So ma-check po natin if yung user or admin po ba yung naka-login. So kapag ganyan po, it will just forces logout po the user, and after po that, it just says po alert the logout successfully, and it will go po to the login HTML. It will just redirect po the user po to the login HTML after logging out. And that's it po for the profile and profile dropdown.
Damal greetings everyone. I'm Ken Atay Manilasido, and I'll be explaining the home.html. So, ang nilalaman po ng home.html namin is the navbar, which is the login and sign up button, the profile section kapag naka-login, then our carousel container, then the button for view events, then kapag kinilik kasi siya, magdadirect siya sa events.html. Then, for our JavaScript, ang function ng show image namin is para hindi mag-overlay yung mga images. So, para isa lang yung images na magpapakita sa carousel. Then, sa next image, ang function niya is mag-next nga ng image. Nakalagay naman. Then, +1. Magpa-plus 1 siya sa index. Kumbaga, kapag kahit nasa last images ka na, maglo-loop siya para papunta sa first images. Then, sa prev images, kabaliktaran lang ng next image. Then, etong set interval next image 5,000, nag-automatic na nagpapalit yung image every 5 seconds. Then, for our event listeners for the buttons is, kapag kinilik naman yung next button dito na button, matatawagin niya si next image, and ganoon din kay prev image. And ito po yung demonstration ng code. So, kapag kinilik ko si next button, mag-next siya. And for previews, and for view events button, mag-direct siya sa events.html. And that's all.
Dangal greetings, I'm Angelbert Malinawe, and I will be explaining this event page, which showcases the concert and shows with interactive event cards that reveals a buy ticket button, and then upcoming events that are dynamically loaded from the local storage approved by the admins, as you can see. And it also has a view description button, and then it pops up a modal, and this is how it works. So this JavaScript code dynamically loads and display approved events from the local storage, and then it creates the event cards, each with details, a view description button, a buy button, and then this script also ensures that you must be a login customer, and admins cannot buy a ticket, so they will be redirected to the login page. And then we also have a function for search box that shows a real-time suggestion. So when you click a buy ticket, it will then redirect them to this selection.
Greetings everyone, I'm John Polilomyo. I'll explain to you the ticket outlet part. So this part of doing when you click this, when you click the button like this, they will show the alert na nagpapakita na confirming the map is opening. So yun yung nagagawa ng part na yon. Then this part of code is also nagdadirect rin siya pag in-okay mo, madadirect siya sa isang new tab na nagko-confirm na mapupunta siya sa mga sample na venue like this venue. So itatry rin natin yung iba, yung SM Mall of Asia. Then, ayan, napupunta siya sa new tab. Then, that's all.
Greetings everyone, I am James Andrew Jerusalem and I will be the one who is playing the view seat feature of our website. So this is the view seat feature. Pag pinindot po natin ito, mapupunta po tayo sa view seat UI. Yan pong kada row na po yan, nagana po yan kapag kiniklik. Makikita niyo po yung point of view niyo. Kunyari po sa balcony. Ayan po yung point of view. At meron po tayo ditong close photo. Tapos regular, VIP. So ito po yung code na ginawa namin dyan. Naglagay po kami ng tigi-tigi isang div para po sa bawat class po nila. Kunyari po VIP, meron po silang sariling div, row, and regular, and po balcony. Tapos ito po yung sa functionality na ginawa namin is open POV function, which is pagka nag-click po kayo, pupunta po kayo sa POV UI and makikita niyo po yung image doon na nilagay namin kung ano po itsura ng point of view niyo. Ayan po yung mga ganyan. Tapos yung function close POV, ayan po yung sa close button na to. Pag click niyo po yan, ito close po. And that's all po for view seat feature of our website.
Greetings everyone, my name is Adrian Rocha and I will be explaining the book events. So sa book events po is may tatlong importante na JavaScript. Yung una po is admin event approval. Ang purpose po nito is inaalaw po yung mga admins to review, approve, reject, or edit yung mga events na sinabmit ng user. So dito po pinapakita yung mga events waiting for approval, tsaka po dito din po pinapakita yung mga approved na events. Next po is yung loading pending events and load approved events. Sila po yung naglo-load ng mga events from local storage based po sa status sila. Kunyari po, yung isang event is pending or approved. Next po, yung create event card na method. So, yung purpose po nito is sila po yung nag-create ng mga card para po sa mga events na with buttons. So, meron po sila approve, reject, edit, or pending or delete buttons. Next po is kung pending pa po yung event, magdi-display po siya ng approve, reject, saka edit buttons. So, kung pinindot po ni admin yung approve na button, tatawagin niya po si approve event na method, which is ito. Yan. Ang purpose po nan is, ina-approve niya po or sinechange niya po yung status sa isang event to approve. Next po, yung reject events, tatawagin naman niya po yung reject events na method kapag po pinindot ni admin yung reject. Yung purpose po ng reject event is change naman niya po yung event to decline. Next. Yung edit button naman po is siya yung nagtatagay lang sa mga input fields ng events para kung ma-edit ni admin yung details sa mga events. Tapos kapag pinindot naman niya po yung save edit event or save button, tatawagin niya po si save event, save edited event, which is ito siya. Yan. Ang function po niya, siya po yung nag-update sa mga events detail, katulad po ng name, type, date, etc. from local storage. And tinatawag niya po yung, tatawagin siya kapag pinindot ni admin yung save. Next po is, kapag yung pending is false or kapag approve na yung event, ang di-display lang nung card is pending tsaka delete buttons. Pag pinindot po ni admin yung move to pending, which is ito, matatawag niya yung method na move to pending. Ang purpose po nan, kapag po pinindot ni admin yung move, pinindot po ng admin yung pending, malilipat po yung event dun sa pending na slide or sa side. Next po, kapag po delete event naman yung pinindot ng admin, madidelete po yung mismong event sa approve. Next po is contacts. Yung contacts naman po, ang purpose niya, dito ina-allow yung mga users sa admin para makapag-submit ng mga bagong events for approval. Sa loob po ng add event na method, dito po i-check muna kung naka-login ba yung user o yung admin. Kung hindi po siya naka-login, i-redirect po siya sa login.html. Next po, may mga validation din po. I-check kung tama ba yung event duration, yung contact number, saka po yung email format. Next, kung approve naman po, kung yung admin yung naka-login, tapos gumawa siya ng bagong event, automatic na po na-approve yung event. Next po yung event, JavaScript. Ang purpose po nito is, dito po pinapakita yung mga added events, tsaka po yung mga default na events. First po, yung load events. Dito po niloload yung mga approved events galing sa local storage. And kinocall niya po yung create event card para po sa each event. So yung create event card po is, dito ginagawa yung mga interactive event cards. Yung sa harap po is event name, data, venue. Sa likod po, view description, tsaka by tickets. Next po, handle ticket purchase. Yung purpose po niyan, chinecheck niya muna kung nakalagin na ba yung user o hindi. Kung hindi, didiretso po siya sa login.html. Kung ako, yung selected event ng user is masasave sa local storage and redirect po yung user sa seat selection.html. Yun lang po. Okay. Ngayon, nakalagin tayo as a user. So, mag-add tayo ng event. Kunwari, celebration. Concert. Tapos, Manila. Kunyari is today. Tapos, 2 hours, 3 hours. Contact number, email. The event has been submitted for approval. So, hindi muna siya magdi-display sa events. Magdi-display lang siya kapag in-approve nung isang admin. Kunyari, approve natin. Lagyan tayo as admin. Dito na siya. Ito yung inadating kanina, yung one direction. So, kapag in-approve natin yan, mapupunta na siya sa approve. Yan. And magdi-display na rin siya sa events, which is ito siya. That's all. Thank you. So, ngayon, nakalagin tayo as admin. So, mag-add tayo ng event. Kunyari, Lakers versus Golden State. Tapos, first event. Kunyari, yung description is Lakers versus Golden State game 2. As yung date is, kunyari, December 29. Tapos, 7 p.m. Duration is, kunyari, 2 hours. Organization name, contact number, email. Pagka the event, approve na agad siya kasi ang nakalagin, yung gumawa ng event is yung admin, kaya approve na agad siya. Tapos nalabas na rin siya dito sa events, which is ito siya. Video description, game 2. Yan.
Jungle greetings everyone. I am Jan Lloyd Email and I'm going to explain the seat selection. So let's go to the code. As you can see, we have the create sheets dito. So ano bang ginagawa ng create sheet? Ito po is dynamically na nag-generate ng bawat upuan dito sa event na to. Starting from 1 to 50. And meron tayo ditong mga seat category na VIP, regular, balcony, and general. So, meron dito is whenever we click a specific seats, for example, itong 5, itong 29. As you can see, itong selected seat na to is nagbabago or nag-update based doon sa sinelect ng user. And that's how the select seat function works. So, let's go to the code again. Meron tayo ditong update seat. So, anong ginagawa nitong update seat na to? So, di ba meron tayong iba't ibang category here, VIP, regular, and so on. So, paano bang nangyayari sa update sheet na to? Basically, whenever we select another category po ng seat, is nag-update din po itong upuan natin. So, to show you kung paano gumagana yun para maliwanagan kayo. Let's say, me as a customer is nag-book ako or bumili ako ng ticket. Let's say, dito sa upuan na tong 18. Mag-confirm booking ako, then i-full name ko or last name. Okay. Then, mamaya na natin ito pansinin, close na natin yan. As you can see is, this, it was already booked by a customer. Diba? So, so yun na nag-update yung seats natin based doon sa category na pinili ng user. No, let's go to regular. So, hindi na siya nakikita, no? So, sa balcony, general. Pero pag pumunta si VIP, ito yung seats na pinili ng user, which is yung VIP. So, how about we vote dito sa regular? Gusto ko, bumili ng ticket dito sa regular, dito sa 39 banda. Pag ko booking po natin yan, let's say, memory natin, okay, ticket. So, yun, it was already booked by the customer. So, kahit pumunta tayo sa ibang category po, is hindi makikita. But, when we back to regular and VIP, so, that's how this update sheet works. So, meron tayong update price. Ito lang po yun. So, whenever we select a specific category, nagbabago po yung pricing niya sa taas. Yan. So, yun po yun. Confirm booking. Ito po yung button na yun. Whenever we confirm booking, halimbawa, nag-a-ask siya para sa name ng user. So, but pag hindi po kayo nag-input, magre-return po to or magre-required na kailangan ng name para ma-confirm yung booking po and para makabay kayo ng ticket. And let's try again, like for example, nag-book ako ng 40, confirm booking, then select name ulit. Okay, may magsushow po na QR dito which is pwede mo po siyang i-scan using mobile. And once nyo scan yan and in-open nyo po dito sa Chrome, so example, kung ticket tayo. Yan, ito po yung makikita nyo kakalabasan. And you can download the image and add the PDF. And, di ba, yan, nakabay na tayo ng mga ticket or ng mga seats about specific na seat. So, makikita po natin yan dito sa ating local storage yung binili ng user. Which is yung pinok ng user ng Bruno Mars live in Manila na event, which is yung regular. Ito po yung seat number, yung customer name na review. Then as the VIP, nakasave rin po dito yung customer na bumili ng ticket. So, yun po. Now, I'm going to explain naman po this my booking HTML, which is yung history of bookings ng user. As you can see po, ito po yung mga binay natin o mga pinok natin seats sa event ng Bruno Mars live in Manila. So, basically po, let's go to the code. Meron tayong create button, which is ito po yung nag-create ng button ng refund, and meron din delete button, which is makikita natin mamaya. So, we have a refund booking dito. So, ano bang ginagawa ng refund? Let's say, gusto ko lang i-refund to kasi parang sabihin natin nag-back out yung kakilala ko kasi hindi na daw siya makakasama. Ito sa regular. So, you can see, andito yung information na pinok ng user. So, may yung name, yung date and time, yung regular, yung category, seat number, yung price, yung payment method, and status. Once we refund that, yan. Are you sure you want to refund this booking? Okay. Then, okay. As you can see, the status was changed and it changed to refunded. And also the action to delete button. So, ano ba nangyari dun? So, let's go dun sa, ang ating refund is yung sa regular, right? As you can see, wala na siya. And it can also, pwede na siyang i-book ulit ng user or na iba pang user. So, that's how the refund will work. So, ito naman siya, delete button. You want siya itong delete booking. You can delete it now. Once na dinelete mo na to, okay, pag sinek ito sa local storage, mawawala na rin po siya dito. Same as kasi hindi talaga, wala na siya, hindi na siya makikita dito. Hindi na siya exist din.
Good day po, I'm the veteran Enric and I will now po explain how the ticket works po. So we have to book po a seat. So, ayan, and then it will generate po a pop-up QR code po. So, you can scan it po to generate po an electronic ticket. So here's for the electronic ticket which has for the Bruno Mars Live in Manila, name of the event and the details po of the event and also for the name and the seat number. And if the user naman po doesn't have a QR code scanner, you can just click po the go to ticket and can be download po the image and PDF. So here po, let's download po the image and PDF. And let's see. So here's for the output po for the PDF and here's naman po for the image. Yan. It also has the same details po. And how do we do this po? We just imported po a links po from the CDN that we got from the CDN.js libraries, which generates for the QR code and image po for download, and PDF naman po also for downloading then. And here's for the code. So it just checks po if the ticket po has a data. So if the user po doesn't book a seat, it won't generate po a QR code. So the user po has to book po a seat to generate po the electronic ticket or the QR code. So here's naman po, it just changes po the image to a data URL that can be downloaded as an image. And here naman po is just the yun naman po and height lang ng electronic ticket. And for the this one naman po, it also just changes from the image from the data URL but can be downloaded naman po or saved as a PDF. So ito po naman tayo, ticket PDF. And kapag napunta naman po tayo sa local storage, ayan, more tools, super tools, tayo sa application, local storage, and so here's po the bookings. Ayan po, here's po our details, yan, customer name Ryan, ayan po, user, customer. So here po the bookings po, the detail. So ayan po, makikita po natin dyan sa local storage.